Ας περάσουμε στο επόμενο μας θέμα που παρουσιάζει το σεμινάριο που διοργάνωσε το Leukara Association σε συνεργασία με το Δημαρχείο του Enfield. Αγαπητός φίλος του σταθμού μας και Δημοτικός σύμβουλος του Enfield, κύριος Γιώργος Σάββα, ήταν υπεύθυνος για την διοργάνωση αυτού του σεμιναρίου. Το θέμα του ήταν η υγιεινή διατροφή και η σωματική άσκηση. Η αίθουσα της κοινότητας του Αγίου Δημητρίου Στο Edmonton ήταν κατάμεστη από κατοίκους της γύρω περιοχής. Το παρόν έδωσε και η δήμαρχος του Enfield, κυρία Patricia Ekechi. Την παρουσίαση του σεμιναρίου έκανε ο κύριος Klenn Stuart και η κυρία Melaniy Loizou. Το Hellenic TV υποστηρίζει πάντα τις παροικιακές οργανώσεις και έτσι η κάμερά μας έδωσε το παρόν και κατέγραψε αυτό το πολύ ενδιαφέρον σεμινάριο. Εμείς πρώτα θα παρακολουθήσουμε το καλωσόρισμα του κοινού από τον Δημοτικό Σύμβουλο κύριο Γιώργο Σάββα και στη συνέχεια ένα απόσπασμα από την παρουσίαση του Dr. Klenn Stuart.
Mrs. Papalouka, Education Attaché. I would like to thank the head teacher of the Greek school here at St. Demetrius, and of course our speakers. We're going to start first with Klenn, and then Klenn is the Assistant Director of Public Health at the London Borough of Enfield, and Melanie Parsons is a nutritionist or naturopathic, but you will hear all about due course. We have a session with Klenn, and then it will be followed by questions and answers, and then Melanie will take over with her presentation, again with question time. Thank you all for coming, and we look forward to hearing from you, Klenn, because Enfield is among the top 5 boroughs which suffers from obesity, and I have a note here saying approximately 40% of year 6 pupils are over obese, and 64.8% of the whole population of adults over the age of 18 are obese. So, with this in mind, the London Borough of Enfield is doing everything positive it can to reduce the number of obese, which leads to other medical complications. But over to you, Klenn.
Thanks very much then, everyone. As Councillor Sávva says, my name is Klenn Stuart. I'm the Assistant Director of Public Health. I'll go through this presentation, then there's some questions at the end, but if you've got any really difficult questions, save them up for Melanie. Okay, hey, so we're talking about obesity in Enfield. I'm going to do something on physical activity, and Melanie will talk about food. Hey, so in terms of, does this sound okay? Can you hear okay? Yeah? Hey. So the national picture is outlined there, and those are the trends. So along the middle blue line is the population that's become obese. So in 1993, it's about 15% of people are obese. In 2013, it's about 25% obese. And also, you can see the red line at the top, the one that's dropping down. That's the people who are sort of normal weight. So you can see, you'll see from the red line going down, the people of normal weight, and the blue line going up, people who are obese. It's just a complete problem in society. So from about 93, we've had quite a problem. In fact, in 1996, the government set a target. It wanted to reduce the level of obesity to about 8% across the population. And as you can see, it's failed miserably. Okay, so in terms of what that means now, it's about 6 in 10 men are overweight or obese, so about about 2/3 of men, so 6 in 10 men are overweight or obese, and 5 in 10 women are overweight or obese. So it's a problem. In fact, in terms of, if you think the normal is people who, most people are normal, well now most people are either overweight or obese. As Councillor Sávva was saying before, it's also a problem that's showing in young people, people aged reception year and year 6. So every year it's called the National Childhood Measurement Programme. And in that survey, we take the weights of people aged 4 to 5 and pupils aged 10 to 11. Now, as you can see, for reception years children, it's about 1 in 5, overweight or obese. By the time they get to year 6, it's about 1 in 3. So even between reception year and year 6, you can see that the population is getting more overweight. same thing's happening in Enfield. I'm not doing very well with this microwave, am I? No. Same thing's happening in Enfield. So the top red line there is overweight and obese in reception year in Enfield pupils. So it's about 25%. Last year we had a bit of a drop to, was it 23%, which is welcome. It's very, very welcome, but it still means that about 1 in 4 of reception year are overweight or obese. Similarly, but more worryingly, I suppose, by the time it gets to year 6, it's about 4 in 10. And so, let's say, in sum, what that means is that people from probably from an early age are becoming more and more overweight. And sorry, just to finish off a little bit around this, for adults, as Councillor Sávva was saying, about 40% of Enfield adults are overweight, about 26% are obese, so about 2/3 overweight or obese across Enfield population aged 18 plus. Right, so now we've established there's a problem, e.g. it's too much. Okay, so if we're accepting there's a problem of obesity in the population, there's probably only there's probably 2, maybe 3 things you could think that might be causing it. It's either physical activity or food. And some people say it's genes, but if you think back to, where's it gone? Think back to this graph here, that's from 1993. Genetically, things don't change that quickly. If genes change that quickly, I've done the wrong thing here. If our genes changed in 40 years, we'd have, I don't know, eyes growing out of our toes and ears on the sides of our arms or something. You know, the genetic explanation for obesity, I think, is really quite weak. So it really comes down to it's either physical activity or food. And as I say, I'm doing physical activity, Melani's doing food.
Μετά την παρουσίαση του κύριου Στιούαρτ, ο κύριος Γιώργος Σάββα κάλεσε την δήμαρχο του Enfield να κάνει ένα σύντομο χαιρετισμό, αλλά και για να την τιμήσει με την παρουσία της. Ας παρακολουθήσουμε το βίντεο.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, young boys and girls. Thank you for inviting me here again. I have been here once, I'm sure, twice, yes. So I'm really, really very delighted to be amongst you again. Now, as you all know, Leukara Association works closely with professional bodies in identifying what people should be aware of on health issues. And it is lovely to see so many of you here tonight and to learn more about this. As Klenn has spoken, and I'm sure everybody is going to take note, I'm taking note of what he has said. But I was going to ask him actually why men are more obese than women. But because I thought I've seen so many of us women who are more obese. But that's one thing that makes me happy now. It's not that I'm encouraging men to be more obese or asking women to be obese either. But the lesson we are learning here today will actually help all of us to know what to do, the kind of food we can eat, and the exercises so many of us should take up. Don't be lazy like me. I've paid to go to gyms, but ask me how many times I have been. So it is really very, very important for many of us here to take to exercises as much as you can, even if it's walking. Walking helps many of us to lose weight, and then the kind of things we eat also will help many of us to lose weight if you have added. And that will also encourage most of our children, because it's what they see us eat, that's what many of our children will also eat. And if you are not eating well, if you are not eating the right food, of course, the children, we go the same line. And that's why so many of us are, getting into being obese. So I'm really very happy that many of our children are here listening, and our parents who are here also, we take up all the important lessons we're learning here. Can I just say thank you very, very much to Councillor Sávva for arranging this every year, bringing the community. This is what Enfield need. I'm very happy that we have this in Enfield, and this is where we learn our lesson, how to get ourselves fit. So thank you all for everybody who has, put in this association. You've been helping. Thank you for organizing this every year. And thank you for all you have done to, keep it going. And we are all now going to eat. So it's going to be healthy food, I understand. Thank you very much. Leave me alone. Let me finish talking.
Don't sit down. Hold on, stay here. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. Don't go away. Stay here. Madam Mayor, thank you for mentioning, but it's not about me. It's about the association and the volunteers who have worked very hard to organize this. I'm only a worker, a volunteer as well. And it is, Leukara Association is proud to associate itself with your good selves, with the officers and the council, and we're very supportive of your appointed, nominated charity, Dementia. And I would like to call upon our treasurer to present to you a small donation for your charity.
That's
okay.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Stay. Oh no, please stay there so I can take a photo. Nobody takes a photo. I don't take, nobody will. Thank you.
Can I just say thank you very much. Thank you. I know you're not the only one that organizes this. So I'm greeting everybody who has made today very special. When I say everybody, it includes everybody in the association, all the volunteers, all the officers, and members who have taken their time to be here. Thank you all very much.
Αμέσως μετά ακολούθησε η παρουσίαση από την κυρία Melaniy Loizou, η οποία έκανε και διάλογο με τους παρευρισκόμενους για να κατανοήσουν καλύτερα την παρουσίασή της.
So we want to avoid these unhealthy fats wherever we can. And this big one, which I was pleased this young lady mentioned, was the sugar. Now sugar's huge, and there's loads of studies out there today that are saying that this sugar is really closely linked with obesity. And one of the main reasons for that is sugar. Sugar is, your body needs sugar for energy, but we have way too much of it, especially if we're eating these kind of foods. And when your body has too much sugar, it thinks, okay, well I've used a bit of it, but I'll hang on to the rest and save it for when I might be starving. So it saves it and it turns it into fat, but it's keeping it there just in case at some point we're starving. But the problem is today we're never really starving, because then we just keep eating more food, and we don't have these periods of starvation that cavemen and years and years ago we did. So this sugar just gets stored as fat, and then it keeps getting stored, and then we end up with this problem. And I've also put refined carbohydrates on there because I don't think people understand that something like white bread turns to sugar the minute you've put it in your mouth. It's sugar. So white bread, white pasta, all that kind of stuff, you've got to count that as sugar because it is. And if we're eating it and then we're not burning it off, it's getting stored immediately for a rainy day, and that rainy day of starvation is never coming, so it's just getting stored. So it's dangerous stuff. And then the last bit is nutrient poor. So these foods don't have many nutrients in them, and nutrients are what we really, really need. So we're not getting what we need from this at all. So I'm just going to zoom in on that nutrient bit for a minute. So what are nutrients? Do any of you lovely young people know what nutrients are? If I said nutrients? Stuff you need? Any idea? Lovely, yes, vitamins, minerals. So I've listed a few here. Oh, I've put a little definition first. It's a substance that provides nourishment essential for the maintenance and maintenance of life and growth. It's what we need. It's what every organ of our body needs to work. It's what our skin needs, everything. Our body wouldn't work without these nutrients. And there's just a few of them in case you didn't know what they are. Some common ones you might have heard of: vitamin C, that's a popular one. Calcium, you've probably heard of that one. Magnesium. These are vitamins and they're minerals, and they're really, you find them in loads of food, but not in the McDonald's and not in the KFC and not in those lovely donuts. So we need these. Why do we need them? So a healthy body, for every function of the body to work, it needs these vitamins, these minerals. They're really, really important. So your brain, want to be clever? Your brain, you need omega-3s, comes from salmon. You need magnesium, chickpeas. You need B vitamins, brown rice. You need these things. A healthy heart, you've got to have vitamin E, vitamin K, magnesium, omega-3. You've got loads of stuff you need there.
Ολόκληρη την παρουσίαση θα την παρακολουθήσετε προσεχώς στην εκπομπή με το φακό του Hellenic TV. Μετά το τέλος των παρουσιάσεων, λάβαμε την ευκαιρία να κάνουμε κάποιες συνεντεύξεις. Πρώτος μίλησε στην κάμερα του Hellenic TV ο Δημοτικός σύμβουλος του Enfield, ο οποίος ήταν και ο διοργανωτής των Σεμιναρίων, και αμέσως μετά ακολούθησαν άλλες δύο, τις οποίες έκανε η αγαπητή συνεργάτηδα του σταθμού μας, Έλλη Κυριάκου, που συνομίλησε με τους παρουσιαστές του Σεμιναρίου. Ας δούμε τις συνεντεύξεις.
Καλησπέρα σας. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για αυτήν την σημερινή εκδήλωση. Είσαστε ο πρόεδρος του Συλλόγου Λευκαριτών και διοργανώσατε σήμερα μια φοβερή παρουσίαση με θέμα την υγιεινή διατροφή. Τι είδαμε λοιπόν σήμερα εδώ?
Καλησπέρα, καλό νέο έτος. Ναι, ήταν μια προσπάθεια συνεργασία με το Δημαρχείο του Enfield και το Leukara Association για να ενημερώσουμε τον κόσμο γύρω από την πασχισαρκία, τι πρέπει να αποφεύγει, και όπως είδατε εδώ, όπως θα έχετε δείξει στο κανάλι σας, ότι μερικά outlets που λέμε στα αγγλικά είναι βλαβερά, όπως το McDonald's, πρέπει να και πολλά άλλα, και είναι ένας μεγάλος αγώνας πώς να εκπαιδευτούν και οι νέοι αλλά και οι μεγάλοι να αποφεύγουν βλαβερά φαγητά. Το στο Δημαρχείο του Enfield, πάλι όπως έχουμε ακούσει, υπάρχει ένα μεγάλο μάστιγα πασχισαρκίας μεταξύ των νέων και των μεγάλων, και το Δημαρχείο του Enfield κάνει ό,τι μπορεί, και αναγνωρίζοντας αυτόν ο σύνδεσμος πάντοτε ζητά θέματα που είναι καυτά για την κοινωνία, για όλη την οικογένεια, όπως είχαμε προηγουμένως τα ναρκωτικά, εγκυμοσύνη, εφηβική εγκυμοσύνη.
Κάποιες από τις εκδηλώσεις που είχατε φιλοξενήσει?
Είναι όλα γύρω από την κοινωνικά θέματα που θα βελτιώσει τη ζωή κάθε ανθρώπου που ζει, όχι μόνο στο Δημαρχείο του Enfield, αλλά και παντού και σε άλλα μέρη. Ναι.
Ήταν μεγάλη συμμετοχή του κοινού και των μικρών παιδιών. Πώς σας φάνηκαν οι απαντήσεις και η συμμετοχή τους σε ερωτήσεις της Melaniy σήμερα σχετικά με τη διατροφή? Ήταν, νομίζετε, έτοιμα για να δεχτούν την υγιεινή διατροφή?
Μίλησα σε κάποιον συνάδελφο όταν τα παιδιά ανταποκρίνονταν στις ερωτήσεις, και του λέω είναι πολλά έξυπνα αυτά τα παιδιά και υπάρχει μέλλον, υπάρχει a ray of hope, λέμε, ότι η νέα γενεά θα ακολουθήσει μια πιο υγιεινή διατροφή, μια υγιεινή τακτική, και όπως είπε και ο Klenn, eat less, να τρώμε λιγότερα και να κάνουμε περισσότερη άσκηση, περισσότερο περπάτημα, και έχουμε και αυτόν το Cycle Enfield, το οποίο έχουμε να πάρει σάρκα και οστά, για να βελτιωθεί και η ατμόσφαιρα, πιο καθαρή ατμόσφαιρα, και θα θαρρύνει περισσότερους που φοβούνται να ποδηλατήσουν. Θα είναι ένα περιβάλλον που ο ποδηλατιστής μπορεί να ταξιδεύσει χωρίς το φόβο να τρέξει σε κάποιο δυστύχημα.
Θα θέλαμε να μας μιλήσετε λίγο για τους συνεργάτες σας που σήμερα παρουσιάσανε όλη αυτή την καλή δουλειά. Ποιοι είναι?
Οι συνεργάτες, οι εννοείς του Λευκαριτών. Τους ευχαριστώ, τους υπερευχαριστώ, έχουν δουλέψει πολύ αρκετά σκληρά, με ζήλον, και είναι η Τούλα Βαρναβίδου, η Άννα Κουνή, η Άννα Θεοδούλου, η Όλγα Πανταζή. Όλοι είναι αυτοί οι εθελοντές, οι αφανείς ήρωες που υπάρχουν σε κάθε σύνδεσμο, σε κάθε οργάνωση, που στα παρασκήνια εργάζονται χωρίς να φαίνονται ότι έκανα αυτή τη δουλειά, και τους ευχαριστώ, διότι είμαι και εγώ περήφανος που υπάρχουν, όπως το ξαναείπα, που έχω τέτοιους συνεργάτες, τέτοιους ειδικούς, professional, και ο Βαρνάβας, ο Βαρναβίδης είναι ένας professional accountant. Ποιους άλλους να αναφέρω, την Άννα, την Άννα Γκουνή, την Άννα Θεοδούλου. Υπάρχουν τόσοι πολλοί, δεν θέλω να φύγω κανέναν πίσω. Τη Hellenic Loizou, το Clir Loizou, και η Melaniy είναι νύφη της Hellenic και του Clir Loizou. Αυτοί μας έφεραν την Melaniy, η οποία είχε κάνει καλή δουλειά, και ο Klenn, ο assistant director. Θα συνεχίσει ο σύνδεσμος με οποιονδήποτε τρόπο μπορεί να ενημερώνει, να προωθεί θέματα που θέλουν κάποια πρόθεση, κάποια εκπαίδευση μεταξύ των νέων και των μικρών.
Στο σεμινάριο σήμερα είχαμε την τιμή να έχουμε και την δήμαρχο του Enfield, η οποία είναι και πολύ ευαισθητοποιημένη σε θέματα υγείας, από ό,τι ξέρω.
Μην ξεχνάς ότι όταν ήρθε στα δημόσια πριν 8 χρόνια, είχε δουλέψει μαζί μου στο ίδιο έδρα που αντιπροσωπεύω εγώ. Έτσι, δεν θέλω να πω πολλά πράγματα, αλλά πάει προς την καλή διεύθυνση. Τώρα το θέμα της είναι dementia awareness, το οποίο είχαμε αγγίξει παλαιότερα ως σύνδεσμος, και ήταν μεγάλη μας τιμή που είχαμε και τη Δήμαρχο και την
την επιθεωρήτρια της εκπαιδευτικής αποστολής.
Και άλλοι που ήρθαν όχι μόνο από το Enfield, αλλά και από γειτονικά δημαρχία, και είδατε την προσέλευση, είδατε τον ενθουσιασμό, τις ερωτήσεις, τις απαντήσεις. Αυτό είναι το τι μας ευχαριστεί, μπράβο, δεν είναι τα χρήματα. Είναι να δούμε τον κόσμο να εκπαιδεύεται, να συμμετέχει σε τέτοιες εκδηλώσεις που είχαμε κάνει αρκετή δουλειά και μέσω του Hellenic και διαφήμιση μέσω. Καλά, δίδαμε φυλάδια και εδώ στην εκκλησία και σε άλλες εκκλησίες. Και εύχομαι ο κόσμος να ανταποκρίνεται σε αυτά τα. Ο σύνδεσμος ήβρε άλλους τρόπους να μπορεί να επιβιώσει με τα σεμινάρια, και έχουμε 30 χρόνια που σημαίνει ότι κάτι κάνουμε σωστό για να αντέξουμε τόσα χρόνια, και έρχομαι να αντέξουμε ακόμα 100 χρόνια. Αυτό οφείλεται στους σημερινούς ανθρώπους που εργάζονται, και εύχομαι και η νεολαία να μας ακολουθήσει.
Οπότε τα ενδιαφέροντα θέματά σας από εδώ και μπρος ποια θα είναι στην πορεία, τι άλλο θα δούμε?
Όπως είπε και ο Klenn, δεν υπάρχει αρκετό μεγάλο κονδύλι, αλλά υπάρχουν πολλά άλλα θέματα. Poor families, η μάστιγα της φτώχειας. Υπάρχουν πολλά παιδιά που πηγαίνουν σε σχολεία χωρίς να είναι κανονικά ντυμένα, ψηφούν το κρύο, διότι υπάρχει μια εκλογή τώρα. Η λιτότητα δεν είναι μόνο να με αγοράσω αυτό ή αυτό, είναι πηγαίνουν νηστικά το πρωί. Και ως σύνδεσμος και ως φορώντας άλλων καπέλων έχω προωθήσει όχι μόνο για food banks, αλλά και κοινοτικά τράπεζες ρουχισμού και για παιδιά. Έτσι υπάρχουν πολλά θέματα, και σιγά σιγά, ναι, τουλάχιστον 1-2 το χρόνο, διότι αν και ήταν αυτό το σεμινάριο, είδατε το hall ήταν γεμάτο, θέλει αρκετή δουλειά να προωθηθεί αυτό.
Θα το προωθήσουμε κι εμείς όσο μπορούμε, και ευχόμαστε καλή επιτυχία σε οτιδήποτε κάνετε από εδώ και μπρος σαν σύνδεσμο.
Ευχαριστώ το Hellenic TV, πάντοτε πρόθυμο να καλύψει τη δουλειά του Συνδέσμου Λευκαριτών, και να δώσω και χαιρετίσματα σε όλους, και στο Γιώργο και σε όλους που μας στέκονται πάντοτε συμπαραστάτες. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Στα καλά, ευχαριστούμε.
Hi, we're going to be speaking to Glenn today and asking all about the physical activity and the benefits. So here we go, Glenn.
Hi, thanks very much. No. Okay, so for physical activity, I suppose at a population level, the real problem is how little people are physically active. So, I suppose the real problem is how little physical activity people do nowadays. So, we have a load of labour-saving devices. We, take the car to the shops, take the lift up the stairs. We have electric toothbrushes. We have electric razors. We don't do very much physical activity at all. I suppose
For the population, why is that a problem? Well, really, it's a problem because the human body is designed to move. That's what we evolved to move quite a lot, actually. Whereas now we spend most of our time being quite sedentary. The effect that has on the body, I suppose, is similar to having I suppose you could make it analogous to having a very high performance car and only never moving it. Eventually it will seize up. So in terms of physical health, you have a 20 to 40% reduction in all long-term conditions, e.g. things like diabetes, heart failure, heart attack, kidney disease, dementia, mental health. All those conditions are affected by physical activity. That's for the individual. For the healthcare system, those long-term conditions I've just been talking about, they account for about 70% of the NHS budget. So if you could reduce the NHS budget by 15 to 20 billion, which is what those conditions account for, well, everyone would be a lot happier. So from the individual point of view and from the healthcare system point of view, if you're worried about the healthcare system, if you're worried about getting an appointment with your GP, do some physical activity.
Right, so there's all different types of exercise, and obviously for every different person it's going to be a different type of exercise. So how many times a week would you recommend to most people? With our guidelines, obviously, in the fitness industry, it'll vary a little bit more. But what would you suggest from the health type point of view?
Right, well, physical activity, the benefits accrue most to the people who are moving from no physical activity to some physical activity. So it's a sort of curve like that, and the benefits go. So getting someone who's very active to do a bit more isn't going to make that much difference to them. Getting someone who doesn't do anything to do something is going to be great. So the actual guidelines are for people for toddlers under 5, just any activity is good. From 5 to 18, it's to do an hour a day, and including that muscle building and strenuous exercise to build up your heart and lungs and muscles. From 19 to 64, it's to do 150 minutes a week and 2 days a week, body maintenance, if you like. And then 65 plus, it's as much of the above as you possibly can. If you can't do it, just do as much as you can. But also in 65 plus, they recommend doing 2 days a week, coordination and balance as well, just to stop yourself toppling over.
Okay, and I always say, because I know a lot of people don't like going running or maybe cycling, which I know is like of your interest, but there's lots of people who obviously maybe in the more mature side who may not want to be able to or may not be able to. What do you think? Maybe something like ballroom dancing for them?
Oh, absolutely.
Or we could like maybe say something, if swimming is a nice gentle kind of exercise, but things like that to suit the different ages, wouldn't you say their interests? Because like myself, I like dancing, maybe kickboxing, etc. But those are my interests.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time. But obviously they will keep me interested, motivated to keep going. Whereas for somebody else who's not interested in that, or maybe I don't like running, I would get fed up and give up quite easily. So it's really doing something that's of interest to people. Yeah. Would you agree?
Absolutely. You need to find something that you're interested in, or if you're not interested in, something you can build into your everyday life. So a lot of people wouldn't say they're particularly interested in walking, but if you walk to the shops every day or walk to work, that builds it in. If you're going to do physical activity for interest, absolutely do something you're interested in, something you enjoy doing, that you're going to look forward to going to do, and that you'll build into, that you'll do every week because you want to go and do it. The trick is to find something that you can, and that will change over time as well. So, when I was younger, I used to sort of run a lot. Now I sort of cycle, and also I think people need to think from a health point of view how you build in the other things that perhaps you're not quite so interested in. So as you get older, your muscle mass starts to decline. Build in a bit of muscle building while you're there.
And also it speeds up their metabolism, doesn't it? It helps speed up the metabolism, which we have to remind them they can eat more as well.
Exactly. I was going to say the other thing about exercising is you can eat. And people do enjoy that. So, but the point isn't to sort of go to the gym and suddenly eat loads and loads. The point is to go to the gym and eat sensibly. That's what I'd recommend to everyone.
And eat the right foods, of course. Which is obviously the other thing that we want to get across to people, isn't it? So
So I suppose if you're not doing anything, do something. Take heed of what the recommendations are. Find something that you like doing and go and do it and enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Klenn.
Thank you very much.
Melanie's going to answer some questions for us on the healthy eating. So here we go. Melanie, can you tell us, first of all, the very basics on healthy eating? What would you recommend?
So it really is important to, as much as possible, eat whole foods, natural foods. So we're talking, whole grains, and we're talking vegetables and fruit and good quality meats and fish and all that sort of stuff. And as much as we can, avoiding that processed stuff, the refined carbohydrates, the sugars, the processed stuff with all the additives and these things, because they really are quite detrimental to our health.
On television, apart from all of that, on television we have a lot of confused signals, don't we, with all the good food, the over-processed food. So the balance, obviously, what is this getting across the children at the moment?
So you're right, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of mixed messages. There's a lot of advertising for the junk, but then there is also a lot of, there are a lot of initiatives trying to get people to eat their 5 a day and things like that. So both messages are out there, and it was really refreshing this evening to see some of the little kids who actually knew that sugar was bad and things like that. So the message is definitely getting out there, that we really do need to be reducing the sugar and upping our 5 a day and making sure we're eating good stuff. So there is a mixed message out there, but it was nice to see the little ones tonight actually were getting some of the good messages as well. So yeah.
And how can we improve it, i.e. like packing a picnic for our children? What can we do?
Absolutely. I think it does start with educating them, letting them know what's good, talking to them about the food, getting them involved in the preparation of food and getting kids excited about good food. Definitely setting an example and eating good food ourselves and really sort of starting to educate them about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Ολόκληρο το σεμινάριο θα το παρακολουθήσετε προσεχώς στην εκπομπή με το φακό του Hellenic TV.